ladies and gentlemen, I don't know who follows Amy Mek, but I do. And I just went over the Muslim Brotherhood designation. The other one she put out the other day, it was a major disappointment. Now she puts out another one, America, don't be fooled. And the accuracy rating on them is very high. As always, she's very legit. She's not some fly-by-night. Anyway, so we're going to read it. We're going to go over this Muslim Brotherhood Act or executive order and find out what it really means, because a lot of people got very excited about it. Amy Mek, America, don't be fooled. The Muslim, please like, subscribe, and click that notification button so when we get information out, you can get information in. Here we go. The Muslim Brotherhood designation is not what people think, and the real threat was just protected. Below, I've broken down all the points for everyone. After a week's anticipation, President Trump signed an executive order directing the State Department and Treasury Department to begin reviewing certain Muslim Brotherhood chapters for possible designation as foreign terrorist organizations or specially designed global terrorists. Almost immediately, she goes on to say, a wave of Washington policy voices and think tank commenters began celebrating it as a major breakthrough. Some even calling it a decisive turning point in America's struggle against Islamist extremism. It is a significant development, but the situation is far more complex than these victory laps suggest. The American people deserve a clear, unfiltered assessment of what this executive order truly accomplishes, and just as importantly, what it leaves untouched. And we must be absolutely clear about this. This marks the opening phase of a very long fight, not the conclusion of one. It's not like you sign a piece of paper and it's over. Yay, it's done. No. It's not a moment to congratulate ourselves or believe the danger has passed. The core networks, the real enablers, and the most powerful branches of Muslim Brotherhood remain fully operational. The work ahead is immense, and the toughest battles are still in front of us. So what the pro-executive order crowd claims. Here's the argument, she says, and she's going to put it in plain English. Number one, a global designation is impossible legally. They insist the Muslim Brotherhood is too fragmented to treat it as one entity. I remember doing a video on that when Marco Rubio came out and said, yeah, we've got to divide it up and find out which groups we can actually designate. Some of them can't be designated because, yeah. Okay, I got it. Number two, a branch-by-branch approach is smarter and holds up in court. They argue the United States must designate individual Muslim Brotherhood chapters slowly, one at a time, the way Trump always does everything in his court cases. Number three, a sweeping designation would collapse litigation. They say courts would strike down a broad Muslim Brotherhood ban. Maybe they would, but I mean, why not just give it a shot and let them strike down the ones we strike down? We go after and hit with another angle anyway. Number four, this executive order creates a long-term strategy that will expand outward. They claim the slow process will eventually reach dangerous branches. Number five, this avoids sweeping in political groups that are not terrorists. They present it this way to, quote, respect the law. On paper, it sounds strategic. In reality, it is a cover narrative. Going to tie our hands. What they refuse to say out loud. Number one, the executive order specifically avoids designating the only branches that matter, Qatar and Turkey. Those two regimes host global Muslim Brotherhood leadership. Yep. Finance the movement. Yep. Run Muslim Brotherhood media. Yep. Bankroll Hamas. Coordinate United States-based influence workers or networks. The executive order protects the beating heart of Muslim Brotherhood. Qatar and Turkey. Why? Why? Friendship. Friends. Donald Trump's friends. Hate it when friendships get in the way of what's best for the country. I don't want to do it because he's my friend. Instead of listening to Americans, he's listening to Middle Easterners. Number two, the legal fragmentation argument is a smokescreen. The United States designates Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps networks, Hezbollah networks, Al-Qaeda networks, Islamic State, ISIS networks. All are decentralized, all are designated. Holy Land Foundation evidence proves the United States Muslim Brotherhood network is tied directly to foreign command nodes. The Holy Land Foundation trial mapped the entire structure, and the Department of Justice never withdrew that assessment. Number 4. The executive order targets the weakest, least relevant branches, Egypt, Jordan, and Lebanon, where Muslim Brotherhood is already banned or politically neutered. Oh, thanks. Thanks for nothing. This is a good nothing burger. Number 5. The executive order buys bureaucrats 30 to 75 days of review, not decisive action. Number 6, Qatar's request to block global designation was granted. They blocked us. Qatar blocked it. They're just cutting grass instead of pulling roots. What the executive order actually does. Okay, it does not automatically criminalize United States Muslim Brotherhood groups. The Holy Land Foundation unindicted co-conspirator lists has no legal force. It raises legal risk if a United States group is tied to a designated foreign chapter. Material support laws active immediately under 18 U.S.C. 2339B. It allows the Department of Justice, the Treasury Department, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation to reopen old networks. So now they can use Foreign Intelligence Service Act warrants. They can asset freezes, subpoenas, nonprofit audits, visa revocations, and sanctions. It creates a pathway for states like Texas to begin their own investigations. Texas already has an executive order banning Sharia governance. A district attorney only needs probable cause tying a Texas nonprofit to a designated Muslim Brotherhood chapter to open a case. And also it triggers banking scrutiny. So banks may begin closing accounts or filing suspicious activity reports. And what she said earlier, even more important, what it does not do. Here's the catch. It does not designate the Muslim Brotherhood in Qatar. It does not designate the Muslim Brotherhood in Turkey. It does not designate the Muslim Brotherhood in Syria, in Istanbul Command. It does not designate the Muslim Brotherhood International Media Networks. It does not affect most United States-based Muslim Brotherhood nonprofits. It does not shut down political arms operating in America. It does not cut off Qatari money that flows into the United States. In other words, it designates the least dangerous chapters and protects the most dangerous ones. Bottom line, this executive order is not a victory. It is the beginning of a fight. And if American people think the Muslim Brotherhood has been designated, then the Brotherhood wins by default. What this executive order really does is it raises risk for Muslim Brotherhood linked groups. It opens doors for future investigations. It gives states an opening. It generates political optics and protects Qatar and Turkey. This is political maneuvering, not a decisive strike. And the only way this becomes meaningful is if states, communities, and citizens push aggressively for full enforcement. Let me read that again. The only way this becomes meaningful is if states, communities, and citizens push aggressively for full enforcement. So, being from Florida, I would be saying, yo DeSantis, yo Donalds, yo Mooney, yo Rick Scott. Let's go. Game on. And whatever state you're from, you'd be getting with your politicians. Do not let anyone get complacent. This is not finished. This is not comprehensive. This is not what the headlines claim. If we stop pushing now, the most dangerous parts of the Muslim Brotherhood protected by Qatar and Turkey will continue operating in America exactly as they did yesterday. Stay loud, stay focused, and stay on offense. Thank you, Amy Mek, for that awesome information. Beautiful. Loved it. And I am going actually to repost that, like it, and send it out there over the internet via YouTube so you all can get a glimpse of what this actually means. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, and join the Speak and See family. As we get information out, you will get information in. God is good, Jesus is Lord, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.